Hello and welcome to the Piano Man's Library. I read a couple of books, well actually one book and one novella this week, and I was going to share them with you. I also have a small book haul from things that we picked up this week. And so I'll start with the novella, which was Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. So this I read for Victober. And I love Robert Louis Stevenson's writing. I've read a few things by him before, Treasure Island, Kidnapped, The Black Arrow, as well as a bunch of his children's poetry. But I think this is the first short story that I've ever read of his, and he just does it so well. This was my first time reading it, and I can't believe this is my first time reading it. I enjoyed it so much. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, but only because I didn't want it to end, and it did. So, but he didn't leave anything out. He rounded it off really, really well. So, if you don't know, it's about the duality of man, good and evil, your two natures, and one person who scientifically becomes all of both of those. So it's a wonderful story, and I don't want to say much because I really enjoyed it because I didn't know a lot. So I think that really, really helped. And it's all told from the perspective of Mr. Utterson, who is Dr. Jekyll's lawyer. So yeah, it was very, very good, and I am so happy to have read it. I think if I didn't mention, it was 59 pages in this edition. That was a good one. Another one that I read, this one was just for me, and I had heard about it on Catholic Mom and Daughter, and I think this is their book that they chose to read this month, and usually I don't get to do the books that they recommend for that month, but this one sounded really interesting, so I picked it up, and it's called Broken Mary. And it is A Journey of Hope by Kevin Matthews. And he was a radio personality for quite a number of years in Chicago and also in Michigan. And he had quite a life. He was a cradle Catholic, but I think he and his wife took their kids to church sometimes, but not. He didn't know all of his prayers and stuff even. So he had seen his grandparents with the rosary beads and their lips moving, but he didn't know anything about them. So, but he one day suddenly, very suddenly, developed multiple sclerosis, MS, and his life of course, changed drastically after that. And yes, then one day he was driving, he was still able to drive. He was driving and he happened to find, or a little voice inside of him, brought him to a dumpster, and he found next to the dumpster in a bunch of garbage this broken statue of Mary. And he just couldn't let it remain there. And so, long story short, he had it was in two pieces, and he had it put back together. He didn't have it repaired in any other way because he said it just represented the brokenness in everyone. And it, yes, it was very, very touching. I teared up a little, I think, in the end. But it was very, very good. And it had a number of really, really good quotes in here. There was advice that was actually given to him. Put your arms out and spin in a circle. Anything you bring into that circle is your responsibility. It is better to say no than to say yes to everything. If anyone or anything enters your circle, you have allowed them in, and now you are responsible. Another thing that was told to him was try and outgive God. And another thing was give thanks on air and be proud of your Creator God as He is proud of you. And I think that is very, very important. Yes. So, and most of those were told to him when he was living a less than stellar life. But yeah, it was a very, very good book, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so that's all that I finished this week. And then there's a few books here that the Piano Man picked up for me, and a couple that I picked out. And so one of the books that I'm reading right now is a Wilkie Collins book, and it was my first, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So he managed to find me another Wilkie Collins, Blind Love. And it's, for a Wilkie Collins, it is pretty short. This one is just over 300 pages. So that will be another good one. I don't know if I'll read that right away. I want to read all of Wilkie Collins that I can right now. That's how good the one that I'm reading is. He found me an Elizabeth Gaskell, Mary Barton. And then I started a in-person book club, and this is the book that was chosen for this month. Maurice and Therese, The Story of a Love. And this is the inspiring letters between Therese of Lisieux and a struggling young priest. And just in case you don't know, Therese of Lisieux became a saint. So, a saint and a doctor of the church. So, those should be very interesting. I can't wait to get to that. And then this one, I'm going out of my comfort zone. I decided to try something a little bit different. And Babel. This is also a very new book for me because it was only published in 23. But I know people have been talking about it online, and when I looked it up and I read the back, I just needed to try it because 1828, Robin Swift, orphaned by cholera in Canton, is brought to London by mysterious Professor Lovell. There, Robin trains for years in Latin, ancient Greek, and Chinese, all in preparation for the day he'll enroll in Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. Now, it goes on, and but just the languages, I'm just, it caught me, and I'm like, I need to know what they're doing with the languages. So yes, it does have a little magic or something in here. But I think it will be okay. I think I will like it. I'm going to give it a good shot anyway. And then the last one that I have, Caesar, A Life of a Colossus by Adrian Goldsworthy. Yes, so just in case I didn't have something for first quarter, I do, but now I have more, so that will be good, and I can't wait. That's what I have, and I'm looking forward to digging into all these books. I want to read everything. That's all there is to it. I just want to read everything, and it's a good problem. I'm fine with it. Anyway, thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope you are having a great reading week too. Let me know down below what it is that you're reading, and have you read any of these books? Because I would love to talk about them. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.